Welcome everyone. It's the last day of the regular season, Jaws, and our first series here in the East is going to be the LA Valiant versus the Chengdu Hunters. It's going to be a fun time for both these teams. Fun time. I don't have the confetti here. It's okay. That's how fun it's gonna be, Jaws. While he gets everything set up, though, yeah, I forgot the confetti here.
Excellent work, everybody.
Yeah.
I forgot to unmute, but I'm back. It's fine.
Time.
I said very important things. Okay. I was saying, is it really a fun time for everybody? The Valiant.
Everyone except for the Valiant.
Yeah. Hunters, they're going to have a great time. It's going to be a fun time. Just a quick series. Just get out of the way. Finish your regular season. And then, Vicky, you just roll on there to the Countdown Cup. Oh, yeah. Do not forget the archive. The vault has been opened, Vicky. So you can actually obtain some previously limited time skins for 200 tokens each. You got the Brig one, the Doomfist one is my personal favorite. You have the Jonax and Yada one, and you also have the Winston one as well, which is also pretty sick. So make sure you link your account to the Battle.net account to the YouTube channel, and then you can earn some tokens if you haven't done already, and then they're 200 each in the in-game client as well. So there you go. They will be not around forever, so make sure you pick them up now if you missed them before.
Yeah, don't waste out on that opportunity, especially now that we have Apex starting up. Make sure you link your accounts down below because that's the easiest way for you guys to be earning those Overwatch League tokens. But yeah, just getting started with our first series. Maybe not so fun of a time for the LA Valiant, but it's bittersweet. I would say it's bittersweet watching these two teams play in their last series of the regular season because if you recall, the first series that both these teams had to play was actually against each other at the start of the season.
Yeah, a long time ago at this point. I mean, who remembers yesterday, let alone the beginning of the season, you know? And the Valiant, yeah, they didn't actually end up winning there either, unfortunately. It's Chengdu's game to win, and they've already qualified too, as you can see with the standings. There's only one place to fight for. NYXL and the Guangzhou Charge are going to be battling it out for that spot. Well, I say battling it out. NYXL kind of have to sit back and just hope that they get a favorable game, or they can watch a favorable game for them, because the Charge, it is all in their hands right now, Vicky. But Valiant, of course, on the bottom, 3 losses, -9 map differential. They've only won 2 maps this season, so
I think they drew 1.
Yeah, okay.
They drew 1
we're
too.
not gonna count that. Let's be real. In Overwatch, we don't count draws as anything. We forget that time even happened, and then we move on. Anyway, here is the roster for the Valiant, though. There has been a few standout plays here and there. Milan Run has been a nice little shining star for the LA Valiant every now and then. Crystal 2 as well. Silver Free and Shocheng not having the greatest of time. And the Valiant, like, are they going to be able to pick up another map? Maybe, Vicky. Just maybe. But in all likelihood, this is a 3 over the Hunters. If it's anything else, yeah, I'd be very surprised.
I mean, they need it, right? This is literally the last performance that they have here. But you know what? It's not the last performance of the Hunters since they've qualified for the Countdown Cup. At least for the knockouts. And you can take a look at the starting roster here against the Valiant. It's going to be Leave, Jinmu, Among, Late Young, Monk, and Nisha. This has been the star lineup for the Hunters that have really... It's worked out so well for them, this Countdown Cup. But I feel like when it comes to the Hunters, since the Summer Showdown, Jaws, that's when everyone had their eyes on this team. Especially since this was the team that only got double eliminated in the Summer Showdown by the Shanghai Dragons, which are nowhere in sight for this Countdown Cup.
Yeah, that's something I didn't touch on in the standings, actually, was the Shanghai Dragons aren't in the tournament. I know that's very weird for everybody to hear, but how crazy, what world are we living in right now? That's actually insane, where the Charge and the NYXL are actually fighting the spot and the Dragons aren't even there. Crazy world we live in. But you mentioned it as well there, Vicky. This is Valiant's last game of the season. I hope they pull out something a little bit wacky, a little bit fun. As they roll out the gates. They are against the Hunters who've already qualified, so there's not really any upset potential there. Maybe there's one seeding thing that I'm kind of missing just a little bit. And Amon coming in too. I mean, hey, just put him in, get him some play time. See what you can do. Gaga, I think, at the moment, and has been recently, Vicky, is the mainstay for the Hunters through and through.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's flexibility is out of this world. Lijiang is going to be the first map. Boskai and Barney, if we need to go there. We got Route 66 and Oasis a little bit later too.
Looking at this, I like how you mentioned Gaga, because although he's not starting right now for the Hunters, you take a look at Late Young and Among, and you look at the way that they've incorporated these different tanks into what their playstyle is. You could think that the Hunters, they're also able to experiment a little bit here. Obviously, the Hunters are that team to look at when it comes to this matchup. The Valiant, unfortunately, just has not had their season in general. So with some of that time that the Hunters could work with, Jaws, yeah, they could incorporate Among here and Late Young to see what they got up their sleeve.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit about before, Vicky, how sometimes Among is a little bit harder for you to say.
It's literally the main part. It's like the inner Cuban in me just wants to just like let it roll off my tongue, but it's like, no, not today.
That is so funny to me, actually. It's like you're trying to say something else completely different, and your brain is like refusing.
It happens so many times.
I bet, yeah. Hey, that's
and look at this positioning too, already from the Valley.
Bilingual, I guess.
I
say a perk.
It's like,
I don't think it's a perk. It's more of a just like,
no.
I just want my brain to, you know what I mean? Just like hurts your brain a little bit sometimes.
Are you as cursed as the Valiant at this point? Because right now the Valiant are playing passive, minus the tanks that are trying to take up that space, but you have Jinwoo on the high ground that's splitting that attention, and they're doing something about it though. They found Leave already. Great start for the Valiant. They have the number advantage with this point. It hasn't even been flipped over yet, but it's the Hunters now that are still fighting for their lives.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to find one pick, make that two. They should be able to take this one pretty easily at this point. Okay. Jinwoo, hit Jinwoo challenge. Very easy, apparently. Leave comes back, ends up killing both the Milan Run and High B. It's the Valiant that actually take the point first. Okay, so not a bad start whatsoever. Okay. Now they've got a lot of ults coming online as well. That fight lasted a fair while. Although the Hunters, their key to victory has always been this nano barrage or nanoing Jinwoo into the backline and then watch him just destroy. But Milan Run and Crystal can deny a lot of that space just from the hit scan, plus the window as well available for them.
Yeah, actually, I really like the way the Valley are playing this, but now with Jinwoo having that nano boost, you have to watch out. But the Ant Matrix is going to stop his approach. He has the line of sight with the wall, but he's still peeking a little bit. And Crystal finds Jinwoo with the Deadeye. Make it two. Both the DPS have been escorted out by the hands of Crystal. And Milan, he wants it on the action. I like this. I like this look from the Valiant. Radio's pretty strong start here, nearing 50% on the point.
Yeah, almost 50%. Okay. Valiant? I don't want to speak too soon, but they're looking pretty fire. The only problem with that fight was that they used 5 ultimates out of the 6. At least they got the rally coming up, but now we're looking at Hunters and they're staring down the barrel of that EMP.
Oh, here comes the EMP. You were just talking about it. It's only found Silver 3, but the Ante is going to be the nail in the coffin. Great follow from Late Young, too, to make sure that Silver 3 won't be in this fight. They trade that for Lee, but at least the Valiant won't have that shield. Crystal backing off, gets hit with a pretty big ante. He is forced to get out of that position, and the Diva Bomb getting sent into the backlines. They managed to actually get away. Currently with Late Young still in this fight, though, you currently have the Hunters just playing so spread apart until finding Milan Run isolated to the side.
Nice immortality field to save them for the time being, but yeah, Late Young and Among, they're just going to run through everybody, and they should be able to flip the point. However, the Valiant have stalled out for a fair while. They're at 96%. This round is very winnable. They just need to stack ults, basically, and just hope that they just don't get cycled, because Hunters can stall for a long time too. They have Wrecking Ball, they have Late Young on the Diva too, they can nano the Pharah in as well, and they don't even have to use the barrage if he lands a key pick-off in the backline. Milan Run is being a little bit more cautious, as he's just getting run down by Leave, and the clutch immortality field, though, will save his life.
I like that positioning. That was scary. The Hunters almost fully capitalized off of that, but we are coming through with that immortality field. Milan's about to get that attack phaser too. Because the nano boost onto Jinwoo and the rocket barrage. Here we go. We getting different angles here too, while the rest of the Valley are being escorted out back to the spawn by the Hunters. Oh. They gave that point originally to Valiant at first, and Among still gets it. he had to make sure nobody left behind from the Valiant.
Yeah, Malaran desperately trying to get back into spawn. He gets booped away by Jinmu and they just like bumped his head on the bottom of the ship. Unlucky. Only cost him a couple of seconds. Shouldn't be too bad. Like I mentioned, they only need one fight. Window attack visor might just be able to end it all, but Leave's got an EMP yet again.
Opportunity here. They also having those minefields that's going to try to block the rotation from the Valiant. See Shocheng with the Diva Bomb, but they have to do something about Jinmu, and that's exactly what we saw Shocheng trying to do. But the EMP on the back line is going to stop the Ant Matrix from coming out from Ouya. Both of the supports are still alive, though. Moron gets hit with an anti. He gets saved by the Immortality Field. The Hunters are still fighting these pigs here, and it's just the Valiant that are just spread out. They started out strong here, Jaws, but now it's just falling through. It's not working out for the Valiant, and they need to touch the point.
Yeah, they need to touch the point, and that's what I was saying about getting cycled. They have Nano and the Barrage up yet again. Hunters, they're looking immortal. There we go. A nice little boot from Late Young to deny Crystal the point touch. And they end up taking the round. Although, like I said, did look winnable for the Valiant. But getting ult cycled by the Hunters at the very end didn't work out for them. Amon getting a nice few kills as well. Wrecking Ball God is back. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm excited to see Amon every single time he jumps into the lobby. Let's have a look at this replay. What we got here? Crystal. Nice little start to the fight.
On the Jinmu, yeah.
Just peeking over the top. Jinmu's little head. Jinmu's little head. Just peeking over the top, and a nice little headshot as well onto Crystal. Or onto Leave, sorry, to finish him off. Not bad whatsoever. Same kind of comp here for the Hunters. They won't change. There's absolutely no way. Jinmu is a Pharah god. Leave is going to change over to Sombra, okay? It could have been Tracer as well, but Sombra makes the most sense. And it's a complete mirror here too, so skill gap could be quite prominent here. Unless the Valiant do bite back. They did get 96% on point A, so something to look forward to. Unfortunately, Silver 3, the only thing he's got to look forward to is actually respawning back in the base and not getting shot.
Yeah, I feel like right here is the problem. The Valiant, although they started off pretty strong, it's the Hunters that have shown before in the past, the last 2 months, how strong they are when it comes to adapting, and that readaptation has already come through, Leave wanting to build into that EMP, and that's the only difference here when you take a look at the Valiant and the Hunters.
Look at the poke damage too. Oh, the two. Ooh, no. He gets one direct. Can he finish him off? Malaran is pretty low. Malaran's beneath him as well. Jinmu's just punching down right now, but nice body shot from Malaran. You can get him. Jinmu heals back up to full HP as the battle in the skies takes place. It's a 4v4 on the point, and Malaran ends up winning it out.
Wins the trade! The difference is that Malaran had Ivy with him. Ouya also has the nano boost, but Silver 3 goes down again. They trade that as Jinmu is coming back from the spawn, and Crystal gets that big pick onto Monk with the pulse bomb. It's looking great for the Valiant here. Crystal popping off with a nano boost, trying to not let Monk go away here. They finish him off right before he can try to get away. Now the Hunters, they're forced back into the spawn. The Valiant, they're in this game.
They are in this game. Okay, Malaran starts off pretty well, killing off Jinmu. Malaran's definitely one of the highlight players for the Valiant, for sure. He's definitely had his time in the sun. I mean, not only that, his trace has been looking great as well. It can really put a dent into your plans in the back line. Speaking of which, solo EP on Shocheng.
And he gets away, too. He also has a Diva Bomb.
He just walks away. Okay.
It's just no problem.
Okay.
It's interesting here, Jaws. I feel like we're seeing like 4 different fights. It's technically like a 4v4. Meanwhile, the Pharmacy is battling, going through the skies. Imon's also coming through, trying to get the environmental kill. And he
does that knock Silver 3 off?
How? I don't understand. What's the hitbox there? What? And he gets somebody else. They trade the Late Young trade with Ouya, and then Shocheng getting it on Amon.
He gets Shocheng as well.
What?
What the hell is happening on that bridge? What the hell is happening on this bridge? And he's self-destructing into spawn.
What is going on?
Okay, I guess nobody. Oh, wait, no. I think Hybe's off the edge. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he gets back. He drifted.
Woo. Okay. I don't know what just happened in the last 10 seconds, but a lot of boots happened. How did Leighton get 2 there? And how did Silver 3 get booped off as well? Nice little hack. He's just going to get punished. Nice stick on Amon, though. Ends up going down.
That was really, really good, too. Finding a way to sandwich him. Meanwhile, Malaran, he's nano boosted. He's got the rocket barrage. You can't ignore the Pharah. He gets put to sleep, but Jinmu's still running away with murder. He doesn't live through that, though. Great Matrix from Shocheng managing to check Jinmu. They do manage to flip the point right back, and this is going a lot closer than that last round that we saw. Despite the Valiant starting off pretty strong now, it's the Hunters that are trying to fight for control.
We killed 2 there as Ana, somehow. But yeah, I mean, now the Valiant are in control. They have the mines, they have the pulse bomb coming up too. They've got a survivability tool in that Valkyrie as well, so with that EMP coming in, Ivy just needs to be able to pop that Valk before
Oh no.
he gets EMP'd out of it. Speaking of which, Silver 3 and Crystal, yet caught unawares, EMP'd, insta-killed. And this is looking like a flip for the Hunters now as Jimu takes down Milan Run, and that should just be it. Yep, there you go. 10% to go. Valiant, they need to be able to touch. Ivy has popped the wings, but can he get to the point or even help somebody? And we fell off the edge. So not sure what that was about.
I think that was just for a reset, perhaps here. At least so that way they can try to push for this.
A reset 96%. I don't know about that. I think you get benefit of the doubt there, Vicky.
I'm just trying to give him that props, especially since he was a little bit off to the side with the rest of the Valiant trying to go through the white room. But they at least managed to push it into overtime. 76% for the Valiant, but it's taking away for the Hunters. You have to get through this choke point. Silver 3 had a plan, but it's not going to work out. And now Wuya, Koi literally gets escorted back to the spawn. This time he didn't escort himself. It was Jinmu, and the Hunters take map number 1. All right, talk about having a little fun. Let's talk about that fun that went down on the bridge, though, Jaws. What was that?
How many environmental / people jumping off the map did we just see? That was a lot. That was a lot of environmental fun there to be had. Well, there you go. Hunters, they're 1-0 up. The Valiants, you got to do it. At least one map in the series. We're going to jump to a break. We'll see if the Valiant can do it. We'll see in a bit.
You're powered up. Get in there.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League. The Overwatch League is brought to you by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League.
Dragons and Crystal again. Gets his headshot kill on the Molly. And it is doing wonders here with Valiant. Crystal, that was disgusting.
Crystal non.gif. That's what I'm looking right there.
But now Chengdu holding control, but only at 20%. What's coming in? Elsa pushing him back down to the ground. The pulse bomb is there from Lee. The Wombo combo comes up with 2. And that is going to be the Hunters maintaining control. Okay, pops in the stick on Elite gone. Really nice stuff from Milano. Two-piece. Siaki as well. Yeah. Two-piece doesn't need the pulse bomb to find 2. Just follows up off the back of the primary flyer.
Oh, and they did it just in time here, too. It's going to be Lee who dives into both of the supports, and this is exactly what they wanted. They're like, all right, we delayed the inevitable, but it's okay. We still have Lee with this Nano Blade, and that is all she wrote. The Hunters, they win map number 1, and we're diving into map number 2 with the Valiant on their last ropes, Jaws. This is a team that started off pretty strongly, though, in Lijiang Tower, so I'm expecting maybe we got them winning at least a map here, but this is against the Hunters, let's be real.
Yeah, it is against the Hunters. And I'm glad we saw that little like montage actually before this next map, because we got to see a little bit of Milanra, a little bit of Crystal there showing off just a little bit, and then we saw some crazy Leave highlights, as we always do. But yeah, I mean, Milanra and Crystal, they haven't been crazy bad. They've definitely had, like we saw there, some montage-worthy highlights, some nice sort of pulse bombs and McCree shots, and yeah, there's definitely been... the team has definitely been lackluster, but there's still like things to look at and you go, okay, that was pretty good. Like, that was pretty cool that you kind of pulled that off. You know, there's still some cool clips. It's not like they're just getting dumpstered every single week. At least there's still some nice bits and pieces here and there. Okay, map number 2 is going to be Voskai. A couple of substitutions too. We're actually seeing Farway coming in and Yveltal as well for the Hunters. So changing up their support lineup completely. And to be honest with you at this point, just get some playtime in. Just get some playtime with everybody. Just rotate people in and out, because the Valiant, you expect it to win. So just having people to get some more like stage time, as it were, you might as well.
Yeah, there's no reason not to, especially since the Hunters have been performing so well from last month now to this month. They're here. They're here going into the knockouts, and what do they have to lose at this point, Jaws? Because they're keeping everybody warmed up too at the same time, and I think this is the move here if you're the Hunters, especially looking at the competition and winning map 1 pretty convincingly.
Yeah. So, yeah, you say pretty convincingly, but they, the Valiant did have that 96% on the control center, but it was just the Hunters' kind of superior ult tracking and ult cycling as well that did actually win them out, thus the round, and then the map eventually as well. But yeah, I mean, Vicky, we're at the end of the season. The Valiant hasn't qualified, and this match doesn't mean a whole bunch, but what it does mean is that we get to see a little bit more Chengdu Hunters, which is always quite nice, right? And the Countdown Cup, let's talk about that real quick, because there is only that one space left between the who were fighting for the space, the NYXL and the Charge. And we have a lot of orange teams, by the way, I've just noticed. The Philadelphia Fusion and the Hunters, and then, of course, of the Seoul Dynasty up there too. This is set to be quite a nasty Countdown Cup, if I'm going to be honest. Even with these hero pools, Ashe taken out of the meta, there are some crazy talents still to come. And I saw a tweet earlier today. I think it was Mitch that tweeted it, and he was like, are Seoul just going to make it to the finals? Are they just going to do it again? Is it going to happen? But playoffs profit. He's called that for a reason. Could happen. Could be a reality. We could see Chengdu Hunters in the finals too. I want to see it, Vicky.
Honestly, my stonks into Hunters are looking great, and I had full faith in this team too after their performance in the June Joust. I was looking at them, and they were just getting better. Like they started the season in general a lot weaker, obviously, than what they are right now, but just seeing the improvements play out, it's almost like watching the journey with the NYXL too, actually. And as we get started here, going into Volskaya, it's just, I love watching it like that though, because then you see the team synergy quite literally shine through in their gameplay, and it shows you how time will tell for these teams. So I'm actually excited to see what the Hunters have going into this last stage for the season, especially since Volskaya is one of their best maps.
That is a disgusting stat card as well. 71% win rate. Hunters on Vosk. So yeah, that is, for an assault map as well, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Nice little defense here as well. Hunters are running the same thing, surprise, surprise, on the offense, unless they want to just jump back and change. But I can't imagine they would, especially if you're Jinmu. You only have to worry about Shocheng, really. Maybe a Discord orb landing on you. But Crystal is going to have to land some unbelievable, like, Legolas caliber arrows to actually take Jinmu out of the skies.
Oh, and Leave is the first one to go down here. Nolan Ron actually finds him, maybe trying to get into position in the back here. Meanwhile, he's gone, he's gone. Silver 3, finally getting some revenge after the chaos that we saw go down in Lijiang.
Okay, not too bad at all. They not only pressured Jinmu and Yveltal out completely, Amon, it looked like he kind of messed up a grapple there, didn't have Fireball, couldn't roll away as quickly as he wanted to, plus Leave went down fairly early as well. Oh, and Yveltal falls too. Very nice from the Valiant. They know there's no real protection from the rest of the Hunters, so they can just bully out Jinmu and Yveltal. Amon did try and come to the rescue, Vicky, but was rather unsuccessful.
At least allowed Jinmu to get back into position. Crystal's one. Lei Young finishes him off. It's going to be a trade as Jinmu's going to go down. Talk about those Discord orbs. Well, that came through as Silver 3. Finished off that damage. But the res, Yveltal being able to get that just basically negates all that effort from the Valiant. And Jinmu also has the Rocket Barrage. He's looking to get into position. He sees that the Valiant are on the high ground.
Both supports are top left right now. They have the nano boost also. Whoa, Lei Young gets a boop. Another one. Tally it up. DJ Khaled. We need him to come in and quickly tally up how many boops Lei Young's been getting. 2 minutes on the board. They should be able to collect this first point in some additional time.
One after the other. Amon's also about to get the minefields. They're still trying to contest. The Dragon's coming in, but the EMP, Hy-Vee is not going to be in this fight. Look at the way the Hunters just want to rotate through their ultimates. They want to hold on to these ultimates because they know they have the advantage. Currently, the Valiant are just trickling in before they manage to get the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a stall tactic. Of course, with new and improved Assault, brand new and improved Assault. As of a few months ago, you get a very quick respawn. You do end up dying on first, so it's not nearly as punishing. The snowball isn't nearly as quick. Leave is immortal on this mega health back, though. He just won't die.
I'm surprised they're still trying to bring that fight in there. Valorn's about to get pulse bomb. Meanwhile, the Rocket Barrage. Jinmu does have that nano boost, but trying to get into position. Also, Crystal so low. Amon actually trying to go in, but the pulse bomb gets eaten up by Lei Young. The Hunters are winning this neutral. Despite the rally coming in from Hy-Vee, but Hy-Vee gets put to sleep, so he can't even get into position, and the Diva Bomb finishes off Hy-Vee. The res now onto Farway. Back into the action, just contesting at this point, but the Hunters are winning this team fight, Jaws, and the Valiant are desperately trying to get out of the spawn.
There goes self-destruct, ain't gonna happen, I don't think. Although Crystal does take down Jinmu, and he's dead. Okay, Emma finishes that one off. It's just a slow trickle now. Will they be able to get a resurrection on Jinmu? Doesn't look like it, but the EMP is massive. It's 4, and they do take 1 out with them. So not as many kills as they had liked here. So it might actually be Valiant holding on for now.
Valiant right now are coming out of their spawn, but with this nano boost onto Lei Young, he can control that space and they won't stay on the points.
Shocheng did lose mech, and then Silver 3 did end up dying, and then Milan Run tried to pop off on the Tracer, so he got off the point. And Hy-Vee was like, "Where team at? Where my team, please? Please help. Point, please." 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Team, why? Just a classic. A classic ranked move, that is. Team, why? Why do you do this to me?
Cries.
Yeah. I'm a support. I'm not supposed to touch the point. That's my response. Every single time. I can't touch the point. I'll die, please. I'm so flimsy out there. I only have 200 HP, please.
Reminds me of this poster that I actually have of a Mercy just shrugging, and just the caption is, "Guess I'll die." And I just picture,
Guess
picture
I'll
that
die.
just being the mood right here, having to have the support.
That was Hybe and
be the
Wuya.
one.
Well, guess we get off point. Guess we C9. Team Y, please. Please help me. Unfortunate. But Valiant did burn a lot of time off the clock though, so they burned half of the first attack of the Hunter, so not too bad. Please, Crystal, play the Doom. That'd be sick.
Honestly, it's just these initial fights that the Valiant look strongest in, but they just can't finish them off the moment that the Hunters start rolling back in numbers.
Oh, come on, Crystal. It's last match of the season, man. Just play some Doomfist. Team, I'm locking Doom. There's nothing you can do to stop me as I leave voice and mute text chat.
Okay, Silver 3 actually going in to follow up with Mulan. They're already in the back line of the Hunters. Getting to position, but notice how the Hunters seem unfazed. Minus Jinmu just throwing out a rocket through the back. They're still holding the front portion of this lineup, and the Valiant already taking in some pressure. It's Lee that wants to build into this EMP. There's a Jinmu managing to utilize that corner though to get out of the line of sight of the Valiant. Leave is so low, but he gets onto the health pack and far away goes down. He's the first one to go down for the Hunters, but that's a great first pick here if you're the Valiant.
Yeah, super good pick. Far away falling. Now, Yveltal as well. Okay. Both supports now dead for the Hunters. Silver 3 does end up falling, but they still should be able to make something of this. They are moving on to the point. There's a damage boost from Hybe as well. And Among is going to be able to roll back onto the point to touch. Same with Late Young, so it could be a stall if no one else goes down. Farway and Yveltal need to get back to the point ASAP. Jinmu is so low, 8 HP. Still somehow survives.
Surprisingly, okay, now he finally goes down. And Momo gets both of the supports. Was he by their spawn?
Yep, teabag. Yep.
He was by their spawn. He stopped them. That was great awareness, too. That was a great way to stop them from trying to disengage and then re-engage.
That is what I'm saying. Mulan Ron, this guy is good. This guy finds nice picks. His Tracer is definitely his best hero. This guy's on fire every time he plays Tracer. Team, jump in the backpack real quick. But now the ult cycling now of the Hunters, though. This is the main problem. I mean, Hunters are so good at ult cycling. However, Farway goes down yet again.
Great way to use the minefields in that enclosed room. Meanwhile, the nano boost, but it's Jinmu's Rocket Barrage, who's on their backline, by the way. He got into position, and the Valiant don't know what to do. You see Shou Chang trying to go for the health pack, now diverting into the point before resetting. It's a matter of time, and the Valiant, they are forced here. But they didn't utilize all their ultimates, so they actually have a lot of tools to work with for this next fight.
Yeah, they do. They have that self-destruct, and they can use these massive zoning tools to scurry people into corners, and maybe Mulan can make use of that. They throw the self-destruct in, or maybe Crystal goes for a Deadeye. Self-destruct a little bit more promising in that regard, because you can stop a Deadeye fairly easily if you're Late Young, or if you're even Among and Jinmu, you can kind of jump on them.
Hey there.
Oh, nice hack.
Like
he forces Valkyrie. That's pretty big. Oh, and a rocket from downtown.
Crystal! He still finds Crystal. Hybe thought that they were the ones with the advantage. Meanwhile, Wuya goes down too. Among finding Wuya in the back. And Jinmu was not checked. Jinmu just was able to keep pressuring them, and Lee got away with murder, literally.
Oh, man. That's pain. The Silver 3. It's like, why you hack me, please? Why'd you hack me? As he was flying away, and you see his little legs pop out at the wrecking ball because he got hacked. So he has to walk everywhere, and you see him just swing over like, no, please. Team, save me. Okay. So they're going to reset. Unfortunately, Shou Chang didn't actually use that self-destruct, and Mulan uses Pulse Bomb. So all those tools we were talking about a second ago, Vicky, they're not going to be available for them now. At least they have Nano, I suppose, but EMP and the Barrage coming back up again. Like, the ult cycling, like I mentioned before, from the Hunters is just crazy good.
And look at the pressure that they're having here on this choke point. Shou Chang just trying to isolate Yveltal here. The anti onto Late Young, and the Rocket Barrage from Jinmu. He can't get saved, though. The Matrix from Shou Chang, and diving right in. It's Hybe who's nano boosted, by the way. Just maybe trying to keep Hybe alive, or he got into that line of sight. But the Valiant with Among gone and far away, taking a lot of that damage thanks to that anti. Great follow from Mulan, and he has the pulse bomb too, Jaws.
Oh, but that's a really nice pick from Late Young there. Hybe ends up going down. Alarm Run with the Pulse Bomb is going to be able to dodge out of the way just in time. And the Valiant, they do manage to get onto the point once again. Jinmu ends up falling too. A lot of low health members for the Hunters now as Alarm Run with the Pulse Bomb is going to go to the back line. Not quite finding anybody, but Jinmu gets the res in the end.
Actually throwing out the Pulse Bomb, just trying to block out to the side here from the spawn, but far away. Was tired of Mulron trying to spawn camp. He was done with it. Big ante onto Late Young too. These antes have been pretty consistent from Rhea, but they just can't get a follow-up all the way through when you have the rest of the Hunters rolling out of the spawn.
Yeah, I mean, these hacks are just better though, Vicky. Like,
yeah,
he's finding so many hack targets. Oh, nice. We see it again.
The collateral melee again.
A collateral melee. Woo! That's 2 in 2 days. I'm counting them. Yes, that is what I do. I count. Apparently, that's what I do. I don't know. Ben, I'm going to call Planet tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. when I'm definitely going to be asleep because it's very late here. But I'm going to call Captain Planet. I'm going to call Ben up and say, give me the stat line on a collateral melees this entire season, please. Monk is trying to do something rather cheeky there, maybe trying to push people off the edge.
Oh no, and the EMP is also on. You see Leave just trying to find the opportunity. Rhea's there with the nano boost, and it's just a sitting duck. Oh, Silver 3 gets taken out by far away. Comes the hack, the manual hack, before dipping out of the situation. Now you see me, now you don't. Maybe trying to force out an ultimate here.
No way someone goes down to that. If Jinmu hit another rocket there and killed somebody, I would have gone crazy. 1 minute remains though.
It's a threat too that I'm worried about. The EMP coming in. It's only found Shou Chang though. Another solo ult, but it's okay. The Rocket Barrage does the rest of the work, finding a 3K. This is the threat that I'm worried about. If you're the other teams looking at the Hunters, Jinmu's Pharah has just been insane throughout the entire Countdown Cup.
Yeah, nice little body shot there as Shou Chang jumped off the edge too. Jinmu, his Pharah unreal. Nice nano barrage too to take out the rally. A fantastic response though from the Valiant, to be fair. Hybe notices the EMP comes out, he doesn't get EMP'd himself, pops the rally, tries to keep everybody alive, but the nano barrage won the day.
There's 30 seconds now left, Jaws. And you currently have Leave that's on their backline, sees the support like sitting ducks. The minefield's coming out from Silver 3. With less than 15 seconds, now Mulron gets antied, but he has the recall, already using it to get rid of the anti, get some of that extra health. Farway can't survive the follow-up there. Mulron, it's a great trade, losing Crystal. Among also with those minefields, but with that pathway block, they gotta stay on this point. We don't want to see another C9 like we saw before.
Please no C9, overtime's ticking down, but that should just be it really, Vicky.
Yeah, this is the number advantage going in favor of the Hunters. It's just the lights out if you're the Valiants. They're trickling in at this point, Jaws, but there's no way Mulron could survive, especially against the Jinmu Rocket Barrage. The Hunters are now at match point after taking map number 2.
Yeah, match point, okay. Nice little rocket barrage at the end. Quite literally fireworks of celebration. Yeah, there were so many points there where I thought Valiant might just make it. I mean, they had so many ults a lot of the time, but Hunters, their EMPs, their rocket barrage, well, the nano barrages were just so good. Super clean stuff from the Hunters all around. They're not messing around. And potentially the final map for the Valiant in the 2021 season, Vicky. We'll have to wait and see if they can pull it back. Maybe claw another map on their record. We'll be right back after this break.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League. Overwatch League.
Oh, what is this? This is carnage!
Yeah, Season 4 was quite the battle. And as with every battle, there is only one victor, one MVP. Get ready. These are your 10 Overwatch League MVP finalists. Sparkle.
Sparkle gets a comfortable 4K there.
I love this guy.
Lip.
This is fantastic from Wim.
Pelican.
What a ridiculous clutch from Pelican.
Leave.
Lead comes to the rescue. This guy is something else.
Hanbin.
Harbin has it one for dinner.
Fearless.
Shut us down. Fearless. Oh, get wrecked.
Izayaki.
Izayaki is popping off. What a ridiculous play.
Prophet.
Prophet finds 3.
Shuru.
Phew. What a beast in the back line.
Sleda.
Maybe the Madman can do it. And here we go.
The Overwatch League has placed $50,000 on the line. The winner will be determined by you, the fans, along with the Overwatch League casters, teams, and the media. Use the hashtag OwlMVP on Twitter to tag your favorite player by their Twitter handle or in-game tag. You can also cast your vote by going to overwatchleague.com/MVP. Who will be your Overwatch League MVP and win the $50,000 prize? Answer the call and cast your vote today. Voting ends on August 26th.
This is an absolute stomp.
What up, Familams? Welcome back. And we are on to map number 3 of this series. And yeah, you might notice by my tone, but this could very well be the last time we see the Valiant in 2021 as they claim a map here and make it their 3rd map of the season. It's looking quite unlikely, though. Hunters look like they just want to end this series here and now. Vicky, I got to be honest with you, it's a little bit sad to have these last games of the season. It feels crazy how quickly the year has gone. And we're here at the very last day in the Eastern region for the regular season. Like, it's mad.
Hearing you say that, I know that time has flown by, but honestly, this remote broadcast and cast and stuff like that, I feel like it's trickled into the time flying by. So it seems like it's insane to me, just seeing how the season literally is over. Like, if the regular season ends today, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
and
it happened last year, happened every year before that, I can imagine. Like, it's just so fast. Time just moves so quickly, Vicky. Blinker and I, and you're already gone. And Blinker and I, you're 28 years old, and I'm wondering what I'm doing playing Solo Queue at 2 a.m.
Oh, no.
Questions
never
to be
at 2 a.m.
answered.
Never. Those are not the hours to do that. You're brave if you solo queue during those hours. Yeah. Hats off to you. But and you know what? Hats off to us just being able to do this at the times that we have been. But now it just feels like it's really weighing down. Noticing how much fun I've had throughout the season, but just the fact that it's already over is just beyond me. And yeah, looking at the Hunters versus the Valiant, this is the first series that we got to witness within the season. One of the first series when it came to the APAC region. So now that it's ending like this, it's just bittersweet. Yeah,
a long time ago, like we said at the top of the show today. could be their final map right here. We are going on to Numbani as our next one. Hunters on the defense, offense. I'm looking at my cheat monitor on the other side of you there, but I can't tell for the moment. But yeah, we'll get onto that in just a moment. Oh, do not forget as well, MVP candidates can be voted for now. A cool little video we've had thrown out recently, and yeah, there's a lot of eligible candidates right now. I got my eye on Leave Izayaki as well, is another good one. So make sure you jump on the website and go vote for your MVP of the year as well.
Yeah, Fearless Sparkle. It's great, too, that we talk about MVP awards when we have Leave currently up on our screen, just looking at the Hunters popping off in general throughout the Countdown Cup. And that's why when we saw this series and we see the LA Valiant, yeah, we've seen the history. Unfortunate, but it's great for the Hunters to keep themselves warm going into the knockouts. So looking at what we have on our hands here, Jaws, they're at match point, and the Valiant, they don't want to just go down like this. It'd be great if they could at least take a map. Instead of making it, 2 and a draw, let's make it 3 and a draw, if you even want to count that draw.
Not?
You said we don't even count it here in this universe.
I mean, exactly. Just one more map would be very nice. I mean, they can walk away with smiles on their faces. And to be honest with you, when we do prop to the player cams every now and then, there are grins here and there. So, as long as they're keeping their high spirits, I mean, they know the position they're currently in. You'd be a fool not to know it, So, high spirits, just get in the server, enjoy the map as best you can. I always notice Malamran, he's always extremely vocal, it seems. So, I'm sure there's a lot of kind words being thrown around in their camp right now. All right. Numbani is the map. 2-0. Currently are the Hunters about to take the series 3-0 as the Valiant can upset. Yeah.
We'll see if they have the opportunity. Honestly, right now, Jaws, the Hunters just look like they can't be stopped. Especially seeing Jinmu on this Pharah. It's difficult. We did see the Valiant have some success at the start of their last 2 maps, but it's just they can't keep that up as the fights get longer. And that's the problem, too, because as the fights get longer, you had Leave being able to build into that EMP. Now it's Malamran, actually, who's going to be on the Sombra.
Yes, indeed. We do have Gaga stepping in as well. Just quickly make note of that. Among us taking a back seat. Gaga stepping in, the finisher. He's ready to rock and roll. Leave, stick on the Genji, please. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Yes.
He's doing it. All right.
Leave Genji. This is what I cast the Hunters for, with Farway as his support. Alrighty. Crystal already doing quite a bit of damage, mind you. It's going to be a fairly tough target to dive. Malamran can play a little bit more defensively if he wants to, go for a hack on Late Young or Gaga or even Leave. The dive is initiated.
And already Gaga gets anti. He's forced to back off. He's won and they finish him off. He can't get away in time. You saw the rest of the Hunters. They're right there, but when you're anti, there's not much you can do. Also finding Leave, a great start for the Valiant's defense.
Yeah, not too bad whatsoever. Like I said, Malamran can play a little bit more defensively here too. Can just throw out the hacks as soon as Late Young is looking away, so we can't spy check him, and Gaga's shield disappears. I mean, that was a fantastic nade as well. The Valiant were able to capitalize on that almost instantly. Problem is, Jinmu, he's found his way into the back line, and Crystal's already dead.
Yeah, it was the Hunters actually disengaging and then re-engaging at the perfect time when Gaga and Leave came back, and now Silver 3 is dead. It's your main tank out for the count, and Hy-Vee too. Both your supports get trickled into this tunnel hallway, and now the Hunters, it's just free real estate on the point.
Yeah, super free real estate. Very, very nice rotation from Jinmu and Yveltal. They were able to get behind the Valiant, and they were none the wiser, and Silver 3 got booped off the high ground. The Orisa wasn't able to do anything, had to scurry onto the point, already used the golden, and then, well, the rest was history, really. Chris getting picked off first as well is not a good start whatsoever. Looking for the Dragon Strike. This Dragon Strike is going to be unbelievably hard to hit. Like, you're waiting for the dive again from Gaga and Late Young, and then maybe layering the Dragon Strike on top, because you've got nothing else to combo with it.
Maybe at least try to stop that rotation on the point. You see Malamran on the back line just trying to get a manual hack. Immediate Matrix, though, just trying to help them out. And Leave with the Nanoblade. He's found Huya. Yeah, Jaws, and now both of the supports need some help. Nobody helped them here. Hy-Vee Huya go down, and Jinmu finds Crystal. That's some more space for the Hunters to move that payload uninterrupted here.
I mean, Leave is just a stone cold killer. Hunters, they use 2 ults. They're going to move on to the second point. Nano Barrage, not available because they use Nano Blade, but they've still got the Valk for the damage boost for everybody. There's no way the Valiant touch. Oh, no, they do just in time. EMP.
That's what they need right here, especially to stop him. Here goes the translocator into the EMP. Fat EMP. Even though Yveltal already was in the Valk, but the Diva Bomb is going to find Leave. He can't get away. Hy-Vee also has this rally with both those supports from the Valiant having their ultimates. They just need to actually find a way to maintain this lead, especially since they got the rest from Yveltal into Leave, and Leave gets the pick up to Shochang. Jinwoo gets shut down by Crystal, who has his off angle, but he's fighting his brother, and Leave goes down. Crystal finding his head. Like this positioning from Crystal, and he single-handedly definitely helped out the Valiant back up right here, rather the Hunters back up here.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
oh, no.
Yveltal's just going to get trolled. Actually trolled. Do you know what's annoying as well for Yveltal? He regains HP on his own, so he donates more ult charge. It didn't turn out to be a lot there in the end, but yeah, what a fantastic position from Crystal. Unbelievable headshot onto Leave too. He already used the reflect, so couldn't even use that to defend himself. Another offense. You got to just go save an Nano Blade here for the Hunters. Maybe send Jinwoo in with the Nano, just the rockets dive into the back line like they're used to doing, but just save the Nano Blade is a guaranteed team wipe if it's in the hands of Leave.
Also had Jinwoo force out the Valiant from giving up that high ground, and Gaga found Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee actually being in that room just spelled disaster, and now the Hunters have sandwiched the Valiant. Talk about that nano boost here. Oh, Farway, although Farway died there, he still gets rezzed up by Yveltal, and that's the problem, because even though you see the Valiant getting these individual pick shots, they can't finalize that because they can't find Yveltal, who keeps getting the res.
Yeah, very nice from Farway. Like you said, did go down to Dragon Strike, but he got the nano boost off onto Leave just in time. Leave realized he didn't even use the blade, didn't need to use the blade, so didn't pull that out. And then Gaga and Late Young just do the rest. I mean, it's pretty easy pickings from there on out. Crystal's, okay, EMP. I didn't expect that. I thought they'd have to move up a little bit further, but apparently not.
And they're right back into the action, wasting no time. They see it. The payload's already around the corner, and the blade coming out from Leave. Seeing the opportunity since the Valiant were spread out after utilizing that EMP did not work out in their favor. Now look at this. The Hunters are pushing into the respawn.
Yeah, you might as well just chase them all the way back, force the respawns. We're just going to come out with a nano. Maybe doable here for the Valiant.
See here, it's inching closer. Leave just trying to have this opportunity. They do fight Silver 3 here. Shochang also having that Diva Bomb to go in for a reset. He is put to sleep, but currently the Hunters aren't finding these individual picks. They're playing pretty passively because they have to worry about Crystal, who's on their back line.
Yeah, they really do. Jinwoo's working his way towards the EMP as well. Leave has been hacked, but it shouldn't matter. Self-destruct to clear the point as Leave ends up going down. Jinwoo doesn't use the EMP in this situation. Crystal whiffs the pulse bomb, but almost takes out Farway. He needs help. He doesn't get it. Leave dies, gets res. Farway still dead. 6v5 in the favor of the Valiant, but as soon as Crystal falls down, they unleash the EMP. Should be good as dead now as the anti-nade did land on Late Young and Leave once again. And the spawn advantage very much in favor of the Valiant, so a small reset here for the Hunters, I feel.
Oh, another EMP coming in, this time onto Gaga and Late Young. Great follow-up, making sure Gaga can't get away, but the reset from Late Young with the Diva Bomb. It's a rather passive fight from both of these teams because the Valiant won initially, but they still had that spawn advantage like you mentioned, Johns.
But Nanoblade's coming up now for the Hunters. Another big win condition. Didn't even need to use the blade last time around. It was just a... Oh, okay. I thought Leave just hard-inted there. He just dashed forward. None of his team are around him. I mean, Nanoblade's coming up, Vicky. This should just be the final fight.
This is what they're going to be making on. This is the win condition right here. Here comes the Leave blade. Take a leave here, sit down, Shochang. Also, Wuya gonna meet him back in the spawn. Hy-Vee, both supports are out, and the Valiant are on their last legs. They're desperately trying to keep this payload contested, but you can't do that, especially when all your efforts go to waste when Farway gets rezzed again. It's just a constant problem. If you're the Valiant, just trying to deal with capitalizing off of these picks.
Yeah, capitalizing off the picks has not been easy. Yveltal's best hero has been Mercy. Time and time again, this guy knows the windows in which he can go for these resurrections, and almost guarantees the one every single fight. So regardless of these picks, the Valiant aren't being able to finish off the fight in the end. And there you go, 1 minute. So actually, not the worst time bank. I mean, Nabani's a map, I feel you either finish with a ton of time, we're talking like 17 minutes plus, or you finish with almost no time at all. So 1 minute, actually not bad. And it being over a minute too, you know, Hunters, if they do get pushed all the way back to their 3rd point, the Valiant need to finish with a minute or more to be able to be granted a 2nd attack. So it's added pressure now for the Valiant, but this is a first hold. This could be a little bit of a sadder way to go. Hopefully they do end up capping the 1st point and then moving on, but we'll have to wait and see. Crystal, do the Genji. Yes, yes, yes. Stick with this comp, please. Go with the flash.
Oh, hype you guys. It's great here because you know that both these teams are having fun too. If you think about it here, especially since this is their last showing for the Valiant. No matter what. So as they do get started here, sticking to this, Crystal's actually gonna have everybody teleport forward before making the swap. But Leave already has that intel to give her ready to the Hunters.
Okay. Yes. Okay. He's sticking on the Genji as well. You like to see. Nice hack.
Oh, the pile drive follow-up too right there, and they find Wuyo. They don't let Wuyo get away here. Great start for the Hunters, but this is unfortunate. If you're the Valiant, you can't even get away. You're getting body blocked if you're Silver 3. And this is going to be already a reset for the Valiant in just 3 seconds.
Yeah, in 30 seconds. I mean, granted, though, it was a very quick fight, so they're able to go again fairly fast, too. But Leave's just going to do the same thing over and over again. Look at this.
Now it's Hybe's turn. Hybe, you saw what happened to Wuyo. I'm sorry, but Hybe gets away. Wuyo's actually right there to help them out. Currently, Gaga taking a lot of that damage. Molanron trying to get the revenge.
Oh,
as Molanron's on the far and the dash follow-up onto Farway. Silver 3 gets traded out for that, but Molanron's still been the threat in disguise, and they do have that high ground to kind of resort to if they need to get away. He gets clipped by the sign. Crystal can't get the follow-up because you have to worry about Yveltal, who's also right there, but he does get the dash onto Late Young.
Yes, he does. He gets the reset. Doesn't quite find Yveltal, who's high in the sky. Shocheng's going to be able to follow this up pretty easily, though. Yveltal ends up going down. Oh, Jinmu in trouble. Good offense so far. Jinmu, he's got the shift. Can he get away? Maybe, but probably not. No, Shocheng finishes him off, and there you go. Okay, Valiant, they're going to be able to storm point A.
Great start, but Gaga's going to be here to at least re-engage. See the rest of the Hunters, they're not giving up this point so easily. Hybe gets hacked and gets taken out by Gaga. Meanwhile, Crystal with the Nano Blade, he has it here, but he can't even take out the Blade because Jinmu's right back in the action. Velto managing to get that res onto Farway, saying no worries here. The Valiant, they thought they had something going for themselves. Not anymore. And the solo rocket barrage, why? Yeah, right? Right, okay.
Okay, he definitely didn't need that barrage. Wait, what is we doing here?
It's about sending a message. It's all about sending a message.
Yeah, I mean, apparently so. Nanoblade, though. On the horizon, maybe, if Silver 3 and Shocheng tank a little bit of damage. Maybe. If Crystal... Okay, 4-man in their spawn? Ambitious?
Oh, man. Crystal took a lot of damage. He managed to get away here. Yeah, no picks. The Hunters just managed to put on some pressure, but was it worth it here? We don't have the barrage, we don't have the EMP, and now Crystal has the Blade. Diving in, this opportunity. He gets hacked though from the get-go. He's still managing to put on some pressure. He gets hacked, and he won't be able to keep that blade up much longer. Silver 3 also taking a lot of that damage. Molanron has the rocket barrage, but can't even get into position because he's hacked. And now Gaga with the minefields isn't going to allow them to rotate onto the point with less than a minute on the clock for the Valiant.
Yeah, only a minute remains. Maybe Leave gets another EMP. I mean, it looks fairly likely. He's only 20% away. That Blade was a rather sad one without that nano. Oh, speaking of nanos, though.
Oh, this time around, though, it's okay without the Blade. You have the rocket barrage from Molanron, but the Diva Bomb to answer back, and Hybe dies to Yveltal. Who is the real Mercy here? Apparently, it's Yveltal. Ooh. Not only does he get a res, but he also gets Wuya.
Kill him,
He's
King.
going in. The Battle Mercy coming out in its full force right now, managing to come right back to Jinmu. Jinmu and Yveltal holding down the front lines with the rest of the Hunters.
Oh man, I love your Feltol, man. I love watching this guy play Mercy. Pure battle Mercy, bloodthirst. He's going in
still
again.
Going. Oh,
He gets punished.
But it was right because Farway was right there too. That was a great showing from the Hunters, having some fun. Maybe not so much fun if you're the Valiant, but we talked already about that. Enough about this though, Jaws. The Hunters win another series here in the Countdown Cup.
Another series under their belt, and there it is. That is their last map as well and match for the LA Valiant. So we'll bid them adieu, I suppose. And you know, they did come in under rough circumstances, that is for sure. They still managed to grab a couple of matches during the season, but Chengdu Hunters do end up winning the series 3-0. Looked fairly clean at the end. Yveltal, yeah. He kind of dunked on them a little bit as well on the Mercy. Not too bad whatsoever. I love when Mercies do that. Just go straight to the back line. Just start pistoling people down. Love to see it. More of that, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, 3-0. Chengdu Hunters looking extremely good going into the Countdown Cup, Vicky. Let's have a look at the player of the match, though. I believe it's going to be Farway for the Chengdu Hunters. All right, not too bad whatsoever. His Ana play looking pretty solid. You can give it to anybody, to be fair, on the Hunters for this series. Everybody looked good in their own right. But Farway will receive it today.
Yeah, those antis were on point, too. Just being able to see Farway.
That was a
nice sleep, too. That was crazy. He was barely peeking. That was actually insane. We saw that a few times,
wait for this.
too.
Wait.
Oh, the collateral melee. Yeah, just right there.
Classic. Another massive anti-nade. Yeah, Farway looked really good on the Ana. Really, really good. Like you said, the anti-nades doing a fantastic job. The sleeps as well. Oh, the little nano on Yveltal as well to make sure he survives. It was an OT, to be fair, and the rest of the team were dying, but it looks cool nonetheless.
Get in there.
Also having a lot of that synergy with Yveltal. You saw that they were both getting really aggressive at the end. It all goes down to having that fun that we saw the Hunters laughing about. And now with another win in their belt, you can take a look. The stats here for Farway. Just being able to deal 4 final blows, but he slapped 16 people and killed 12 with the biotic grenade. So that's actually crazy, managing to get as aggressive as he could while still holding that backline positioning.
Yeah, super aggressive DPS, super aggressive tanks. That means a lot more space for the supports to work, and Farway can just flex his guns just a little bit. Yeah, so there it is. The Chengdu Hunters find yet another win. We're going to jump to a quick break, though, guys. Do not go anywhere. We've got the game break before our next series of the day. what's up, guys? Welcome back. We've got the game break. It's your favorite time, our favorite time, my favorite time specifically because I get to ask stupid questions to people. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, wait, we just saw Chengdu Hunters. They just got a 3-0 over the Valiants. That was Valiant's last game of the season as well. Vicky, last night, I asked you to describe the series using a movie title, and you said The Shining, which was pretty cool. I like that one. I like that one. Could you now describe the series using a song name?
Okay. All right. That okay. I was thinking of a song originally. Okay. There is this one song, but I don't know. It's in Guitar Hero, and it's literally called "So Far Away."
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know if that's actually the name of it, but it literally, the chorus goes "So Far Away," and then, was it Into the Dragon? Yo, actually, I think that's actually what it is. I'm sorry. Now I'm trying to sing the song because I was humming it to myself, looking at Far Away pop off on the Ana. If I could think about the name of that song, that's the song I got you. I'm gonna send you that song right over. Or if I'm gonna give you another name, I got you on another one. Okay, I got you on another one. Afterlife by Avenged Sevenfold. Old school. I'm gonna bring you way back to when everybody wore skinny jeans in high school. Because the Valiant have they're gone. It's the Afterlife now.
It's the Afterlife for them. That is true. That's pretty accurate. Okay, I like that. I'll accept that as the answer. I'll give you an A- on that one. Afterlife by Avenged Sevenfold. Perfect. Awesome. Well, there you go. That is our last game break for this series. I was going to say of all time, but not quite. I think we got one more series cast tomorrow, Vicky. Not yet. Yeah, that was, I mean, look, Chengdu Hunters, they're looking great. I was also trying to think of a song title to describe this as well. But my song knowledge and just the ability to remember anything to do with lyrics or band names or album names or song names incredibly hard. So I really put you to the test there because I know if you asked me, wouldn't be able to give you one unless it was from Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park. So there you go. Anyway, not going to give you that, and we're going to jump to a break. Don't go anywhere. We've got another series coming up. It's going to be the decider one as well. Can the Charge or the NYXL make it to the Countdown Cup? We'll have to wait and find out. We're going to jump off. We're going to let Avra and Seth take the reins, and we'll see you in a bit.
nearly got melted.
Yeah, Monk knocked there into the corner. The immortality field does come down, but he lands on the opposite side of the wall. He's knocked back up top. He's trying to stay alive. The stop comes in. Guangzhou will get the kill.
Not easy as well. I mean, it's Mandu having to put in the pack, which deals pretty slowly. Nanoblade coming on through. Pretty good so far. Needs to get a few more slashes.
Yeah, it does manage to take down Gesture. Right click's coming out. Fits surviving for a little bit longer than he might have anticipated, but does fall in the end. A big pickup. Void now Lee-J gone, eliminated, and that's just point A gone. Effectively barring a miracle turnaround here. Izayaki's holding on by a thread, but Dynamite takes him down at the end. Great shots, back to back from the Shy.
And finally, I think he got the health pack, but backwards to point. Kron finds Silver 3. The Pilot Diva pistol doing some work as Kron picks up another. And it's Choi! He got to the back door, picked off 2, and the Charge staying in it.
Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to carry on here with the Overwatch League APAC edition. I'm Achilles, hopping in yet again alongside Avril to bring you the rest of the action. We've got one more series for you here today, and it's a damn important one, Avril. This is going to be the Guangzhou Charge going up against the Hangzhou Spark. I know you've got some stats as well as some routes here for the Guangzhou Charge to lay down, so go ahead and dive straight in.
Yeah, this is going to be the final match of the regular season for both teams and actually for the entire Eastern Division as well. So after this, we're all done and dusted. The regular season is officially over, and beyond that, it's play-ins for, or rather knockouts for the Countdown Cup, and then play-ins, playoffs, and all of that afterwards. So that's kind of what everyone's playing for currently, and technically speaking, both of these teams still have a pathway into the play-ins. Only one has a pathway into the actual Countdown Cup, and that's the Guangzhou Charge. They must win this match 3-1 at minimum to qualify into the knockouts tomorrow to get into the Countdown Cup. If it's 3-2, it's not going to be good enough. 3-0 is obviously going to be even better than that. So Hangzhou Spark, they could play spoiler here, and them playing spoiler actually has other implications as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at Choi Se-hwan as a player, and I want to highlight onto the Guangzhou Charge side as well, because this is someone that just took a play of the match last night in their matchup versus the LA Valiant, which, you know, to be fair, versus the LA Valiant, everyone's going to have a great match, and you're going to be padding your stats, you're going to be looking great, but Choi Se-hwan's Tracer has also been quite a bit of a force to deal with here. This, along with the Farah, has been his 2 defining picks so far to really get Charged some distance, and honestly, looking at this particular match here, it's, you know, the classic Joe-off between Hangzhou Spark and the Guangzhou Charge. Usually, you'd probably, if you looked at the Hangzhou Spark, said, maybe it's Hangzhou Spark favored. Honestly, Charge have been on the up and up, and I think they got a fair shot here.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean, the Charge have been looking so very good, but of course, on the other side with the Hangzhou Spark, I mean, very well-known names there. Coldest looking great as well, coming out there on the support line as of late, but Shy, Architect, Guangzhou, very scary players to have to contend with. We'll see if Choi Se-hwan and co are going to be up to the task. There's a lot of pressure on the Guangzhou Charge, as you laid out. They need to have a fairly clean victory if they want to be able to advance forward. They want to get jazzed up. They want to build up the hype, both for the players and the fans. So we got a nice little video for you to get the fans hyped up, so enjoy. Well, if that doesn't get you jazzed up, then I don't know what will. I wish we had some more teams that would come together for some nice little intro videos. But here we go, Avril, the starting 6 for the side of the Guangzhou Charge. And it's all the same, which is exactly what you want to see if you're a Charge fan. You don't really want to see any changes right now.
I don't think they have many changes to play through. I mean, technically, you still have the tank position has Juhun waiting by the sides, but the Charge have chosen to go with Rio the entire time here for a bit of consistency. Mike Haley is now a 2-way player, so unlikely to be seen. Also, Eileen's been honestly popping off extremely hard for his team. Let's take a look now at the Hangzhou Spark starting lineup here, and the interesting thing to note, as we saw yesterday, Mika and Coldest have replaced MCD and IDK on the starting lineup, and that has remained consistent up until today as well. Everything else, pretty much the same as we expected. Somasu, I don't believe, has really taken any game time so far in this particular stage. Somasu was playing a reasonable amount of the
last stage
previously, but now that's kind of that role has been kind of shifted over towards Shy and Architect taking over the Tracer. So Hangzhou Spark now getting ready to, despite not being able to qualify through to the Countdown Cup, they can still get one more league point here, which is really important for them to try and secure to get one over the New York Excelsior, who are their closest rivals. New York, by the way, a team that is waiting on the sidelines, who at this stage, we talked about this a little bit before we got into the game here, Kilios, just off stream, but we kind of covered the last New York game that happened versus the Chengdu Hunters, and at the time, I didn't realize it, but now looking backwards, that could be and could have been the very last time we see New York Excelsior play this entire year, this entire season, if New York do not make it to the Countdown Cup and then subsequently do not then make it to the play-ins, and that all is predicated on whether Guangzhou go in or not. If Guangzhou qualify through to the Countdown Cup, New York season is over. If Guangzhou Charge do not qualify into the Countdown Cup, New York have once again been extended a lifeline, and there's still an opportunity for New York to continue the season.
I mean, it feels like they've gotten so many lifelines. I mean, including getting that,
fully equivalent to at the stage.
That heavily sarcastic trip to Hawaii. How many escape ropes do they have in the backpack? Did they decide to stop at the Mart before they went off adventuring? We're going to find out. But I think with that single sentence, you just turned a lot of people against the Guangzhou Charge that are watching right now, because the New York fans, they might not necessarily realize how important this series is for their team to advance. So we'll see what happens now as we start things off. We're obviously here on Ilios at Well. Shy moving back over to the Hangzhou, which he was just putting an absolute clinic together on this pick yesterday. We'll see how he fares now. It's going to be tracers for both sides, but Eileen is looking to stick with the McCree.
And it just means, Achilleos, that maybe the Guangzhou Charge fans need to come out in full force as well, because it's an equally important match for them to break on through in their season. Survival rests upon it. You talk about Shy on the Hangzhou. Eileen still has Hangzhou as well. Isn't showing it yet. First fight's coming on through, and Eileen gets first blood.
Yep, very nice pick off and a very delayed first blood, I might say. So Mika going down, Coldest under some pressure, as is Bernard. Jose-Juan gets his way into the back. It's going to be the eliminations following. Seems like the Guangzhou Charge should be able to turn this point on its head. Dive comes in, they'll get on top of Shy and finish him off. Eileen just going to be sent plummeting into, I believe, off the side of the map, actually, not the actual well. But the Guangzhou Charge will go ahead and lock this down first and foremost.
Really important as well, because they are running the risk of composition. They want to make sure they can bunker up somewhere on the map and they don't have to be the ones retaking. So we Hangzhou Spark now via Gushui on towards this ball to kind of find some entry. Straight away, they'll be up against Kareev on the Ant Matrix though, so Shy will need to save his Dragon Strike specifically to make sure that Charge cannot make use of that window. Or they can just use it now.
Okay, yeah, they go ahead and throw that out. Pulse Bomb going to come in, but Architect gives his life for it and finds nothing in exchange. Choice they want in the meantime. Pulse Bomb will get Coldest, just going to be further delaying any presence on the point for the side of the Hangzhou Spark, as well as that build time for the Transcendence, which Coldest, I think right about now, would so desperately love to have. Right. Architect's going to go for a swap over to the Widowmaker for just a shot there as they were playing forward. Now we'll shift over to the Genji, so very big change up as the Shimada brothers are going to make an appearance.
I'm not too sure what Shy was thinking about the Dragon Strike, like what it was actually specifically targeting. Probably Rio, has to be the guess. It's going to be Mindfield coming through for Gushui, but still no frags for Shy. I mean, Shy is currently on 0 final blows and 0 eliminations, so we have to see Shy come big on this kind of hero gameplay that he was known for yesterday, because so far, well, there it is, finally he shows up.
All right, gets that first shot, but they do lose Gushui at the same time, so that forward presence going to be lacking a little bit more. Gets a nice shot, tries to predict the recall position of Choi-Se-Wan, doesn't quite land it up to find a punish. They press forward. It's going to be the Dragon Strike out the side. Might get some good damage on a Rio. Immortality Field comes through, however, and he just kites his way, playing Ring Around the Rosy through the doorways to keep himself safe. Shy gets another headshot, though, this time on the Choi-Se-Wan, alleviating quite a bit of pressure here for his back line. Looks to line up, looks to take down these supports. If he could just get through this D.Va, just get through that D-Matrix, he finally will nail one there onto Mandu. Flip not yet coming through, though. Rio still playing the corner. Looks to scout out. Bernard going to lose out on his mech. Kwong finds that. Shy gets jumped on. Architect comes through, however, dashes in. Manages to find one. The blade drawn. Comes up with another kill. Taking out Rio. Gets the Immortality Field, but Eileen will cut him down before he can do any more damage. Point, however, has been flipped over into the Spark's favor. Just 1% shy of 99. It's a long climb for them now if they want to take this first round.
Speaking of Shy, by the way, as you mentioned, I mean, look at that. Asking you shall receive. He wasn't really showing up just yet. Wasn't really able to really kind of flex his ability to get on the kill feed. Then instantly 3 final blows in a row. Beautiful headshot on the choice of 1 as well. And I saw about that Architect Dragonblade. That's some old school Architect players coming through. Yep. Finally now, Mortality Field Force for the charge. See if they can get on the point.
That's the one ult that the Spark did have at their disposal used. Amp Matrix now to try to escort the charge forward. Bernard losing out on the mech. Gushue going to be taken down. The flip is coming in. And now with these extended picks coming through, I mean, Cole is well into the back lines, just taken down by Eileen as he finds 2. The rally rolling. They'll touch in for just a brief moment. Bernard manages to remech, but it's just he and Gushue versus the world at the moment. And I don't know if this minefield that Gushue's about to have is going to buy them any position realistically. He'll come charging in. They whip shot him back. He is instantly dead in midair. No opportunity given to use that ult. And the closeout will come in. Only 38% picked up for the Spark. And it looks like the Guangzhou Charge are absolutely starving to get this win and get it clean.
Absolutely. I mean, they know how much this is going to mean to them. You look at Hangzhou Spark, and they have a fair shot at making play-ins almost no matter what happens today because they have a considerable lead over Guangzhou Charge as far as league points go. And even better than that is if Charge beat Hangzhou Spark, New York are eliminated. New York, in terms of Hangzhou Spark's wishes here, because New York are the closest competitor in league points to the Hangzhou Spark. So, in a strange way, Achilles, either result here kind of works in favor of the Hangzhou Spark. Whether Guangzhou win or not today for the Hangzhou Spark, you know, the other team would still have to really do some real damage going into the Countdown Cup, and Guangzhou Charge at least have fate in their own hands currently, as you know they'll get this Orisa composition underway once again. They wasted no time on that last contest, and unfortunately Hangzhou Spark just didn't have any ultimates to do anything about Rio on the Orisa.
I mean, it's a nice bubble pile driver there from Gushue, but so much crowd control comes through in the back end. The flashbang, the halt to keep him in position, shield bash. There's just no way to survive that. So it gives his life early, and it seems like the Charge might yet again get this first lockdown on the point, this time considerably faster. Barrier set up as Rio positions forward, finds Coldest, knew that he was isolated off the flank. They get that punish onto the enemy's Zenyatta before he can get too much work done. Very nicely and concisely one fight here off the bat for the side of the Guangzhou Charge. Choice 1 falling low, down 24 HP, stays alive. Just looking to hound Architect and keep him honest, but Architect has done a significant amount of damage, has to be said. Pulse Bomb is nearly online.
It's another fight, though, where Kareem's just going to be storming ahead in terms of Amp Matrix Charge, so it's going to be another window down, and they don't have a Dragon Strike this time from Shy to really do much about it. Even then, last fight, they didn't really, last map, they didn't really do too much. Nice kill to Eileen, though.
Yeah, just kind of lobbing that one through. I thought maybe Eileen was going to be able to evade that, but it seems like he didn't have the leap available. That said, on the back end, 3 kills come in as Karif finds 2 of them. Mondu will be traded out, but now with Bernard falling, Architect having used the recall already, and Gushue under threat of being pulse bombed and eliminated. They're just not going to be able to play forward on this point, so it's a nice little intro from Architect, but unfortunately it doesn't lead to anything.
I mean, they just don't have the ability to get past this window. Kareem will drop it down, gets, 2 to 3 final blows himself, just out of it. A lot more ultimates online now for the Guangzhou Charge to get ready for this next fight, and it's another situation where Hangzhou Spark have to start from so far behind. It was a 0 to 98 situation. Now, so far, you haven't really seen much more. Coldest down again. It's the supports of the Hangzhou Spark side that are getting picked off early.
Okay, well, never mind. How the turns have tabled. Choice 1 trying to be the shark in the water, but instead just gets kind of blown up. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen Jaws, but the movie's over 30 years old, so it's your own damn fault. Architect does get picked off, so now they have to wait for him to come back in. Rally available here from Mondu to try to keep everybody alive, and I mean, this is just not realistically going to be a blade at all unless they can get this flip and then defend.
They need the grab.
It's got to be the
grab
grab
has
dragon.
to be the weapon choice here. I mean, if Krong eats this, it's all over, and Krong is known to eat a lot of these ultimates away. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Bernard's walking up. He's looking at both tanks, and Krong is in his face already.
He's a hungry growing boy, and he wants to nom. We'll see if he can get it. Mortality Field's going to go down. They will not be able to deny this away. Now the Dragon Strike going to come crashing through. It seems like Shy, it's going to be a decent enough amount of damage dealt. Being said, though, it still ends up only being a 2 for 2. Tank line going to be gone, but supports the DPS still very much present for the side of the Charge. But they decide to pull back, play respectfully, and give this over to the Spark, so they will yet again get a second lease on life.
Man, that was so dangerous looking from Bernard's POV. He actually does a reasonably medium-range throw of that grab as well, which against a player like Krog, if you don't time it against his Matrix perfectly, you're in for a rough time here. But now Hangzhou Spark have an opportunity, but it's another uphill climb. As I said earlier, it's 0 to 98 on Well, now 0 to 99. They at least have double support ultimates. They have to find a way to dodge around this window, though. So we pop that down again.
Nice dive in. Choi Se-won finds Shy. I mean, if they can continuously pick him off like they have been managing to do, that is the deadliest member eliminated at any given moment. So, solid stuff. Pile driver from Guangzhou finds 2 on the high ground. Transcendence has been used by Coldest. And I mean, Pulse Bomb is still just being held here, so he can still just absolutely get obliterated by Choi Se-won in an instant. Dragon Blade comes in from Architect. He gets stunned up, and they all focus fire onto him. They manage to shut him down, but now it's turning into a bit of a bloodbath. Mondu going to fall. Kareev and Eileen also going to be out of the fight. 2 for 3 so far. The self-destruct from Krong not going to be able to find anything, but Choi Se-won gets himself on top of Coldest, finds the elimination, but Shy will finish him off, but Rio comes in to get some revenge. That being said, it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of eye for an eye, but it does not lead to the Charge getting back onto this point quite yet. Krong plays forward, but the minefield comes out to try to zone him back. He's starting to get the flip in, but the reinforcements come through from the side of the Spark. They can keep this hold going for a considerable amount of time. Supercharger going to be dropped in. Eileen to the Storm Arrows returns. Finds the elimination onto Guangzhou, and he nearly has another Dragon Strike ready to go.
They need to get on this very quickly. Dragon Strike, they can buy this some time to get in here, but Bernard probably has to touch. Guangzhou's still rolling out from spawn. Currently, there's more ultimates online for the Charge. They're going to just rally any second.
Yep, there's the rally pop, as you say. Coldest again under fire. Bernard going to be demeched. The Zenyatta finished off. They will manage to find Krong, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Shy is fallen, as you say. They get the Baby Diva. They will just basically get everybody a team kill to close it in the end. A little bit closer in the second round, but Ilios goes the way of Guangzhou Charge 2-0 all the same. And that is exactly the start that they are looking for. As you said, Avril, need at minimum a 3-1, but now they're going to be starting the series up 1-0.
I know, yeah, and that means 2 more to go for the Charge if they want their 3-0, potentially 4 more maps to go as well, and it just comes down to the fact that Orisa game played today, this Orisa composition that Charge are bringing out onto Ilios, pretty damn good. They've won both the neutrals, massive leads, 0.98 into an 0.99, and very difficult for the Hangzhou Spark rather to try and catch up there. They need a lot of massive outplays. Good initial kill from Architect on the Pulse Bomb into Eileen, but it wasn't enough. Kareev cleans them up, and from then onwards, it's all the Charge moving forward.
Yeah, very solid start here for the Charge. Can breathe a slight little sigh of relief, but they're not out of the woods yet. There's still very much an opportunity for the Spark to come back in this series. We'll see if they can do it, if they tie us up and really start making the Charge sweat, or if the Charge can stretch a 2-0 lead when we get ready to go into our second map. That's going to be coming at you in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Let them out.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League. The Overwatch League is brought to you by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League.
Alrighty, and we are back. Map 1 goes the way to the Guangzhou Charge, keeping their hopes alive and their heads above the water. Double-checked on it, by the way. Avril Jaws, 43 years old. Sorry, guys, my quick math's not that good when I'm rap godding all over the place, so I had to just kind of go back during the break and just kind of figure out. I knew it was 70-something, but it is what it is. That's not important, though. What is important is the Guangzhou Charge starting this series off 1-0 after winning on Ilios. Hangzhou Spark still very well could play spoiler, though. We said a 3-1 minimum is what they needed. This could end up going to a 5-map series if the Hangzhou Spark can kick it into high gear.
I do want to clarify one thing, though, because there might be some very confused people watching at home, like, hang on a second. Jaws do be looking pretty good for 43. That guy looks like he's still in his 20s for a 43-year. No, we're talking about the movie here. Caster Jaws is in his late 20s, so he's not quite 43 yet. We'll all be there one day. But for now, absolutely right. Hangzhou Spark, they are not off to a great start. Maybe they need a bit of a warm-up. Could just be what we saw from Shy as well early on, where I made a comment about him not being particularly active on the Hangzhou, considering how active he has been on the Hangzhou, how dominant he has been on the Hangzhou. It took him a while to kind of get into the groove, and now maybe it'll take a while for Hangzhou Spark to get into the groove as well as we head into Map 2 and beyond. But outside of playing for this match between these two teams, something you guys can do at home as well is vote for who you think the 2021 season MVP is going to be. So MVP voting has begun and started now. Head to overwatchleague.com/MVP to vote for, who you think is the MVP of the season out of the 10 candidates there, of which I believe there's a perfect 5-5 split between the East and West divisions. You got 3 Dragons members there with Leave and Profit as well, representing this particular region here. So plenty of good players. Unfortunately, no one from Charge or Spark. I think maybe if Spark had a little bit more of a dominant season, Shy could have made the list, but still time for the Hangzhou Spark to perhaps get into the play-ins if they can sort of get by both the Charge and the York Excelsior as far as points goes, and still room for Shy to get a lot of work done.
There's always that Rookie of the Year potential as well for Shy, who's just been impressing since the very beginning. So even if you can't quite get the MVP award, still walk away with something, because he has looked phenomenal for the squad. And I think it's fairly reasonable to say that the Spark, albeit not having the greatest season, we didn't see Shy off the very beginning. And I think that if you kind of removed him, if he wasn't in the picture, we would see the Hangzhou Spark in not as strong of a position as they have been in throughout the stretch.
We've literally seen the team without Shy, so it's very easy to compare what they look like with them without Shy as far as who's valuable to the team. So there it is.
Yeah, so I think that there's a very good case for him to be made in that position as well. But yeah, either way, vote APAC, guys. You know what the better region is. It's right here. You're watching it. But maybe not necessarily between these two teams. But hey, they've both had their moments, and the Charge are massively on a huge come up, and they have been in the last few series. So let's see if they can continue onward, because I mean, man, what a way to go out in the final tournament if they could just end this right here 3-0, go in, qualify for Countdown, qualify in here for the last tournament, and just absolutely slaughter it. That would be huge, and that would be massive vindication for the Charge fans who have stuck by them throughout this entire turmoil-filled season.
Now, they would have to get how many points here? So they're currently on 4 points.
A
Winning
lot.
versus the Spark would mean 5 points. They have to get 8 points total. So 3 points after this, which means, do they have to win the Countdown Cup? They'd have to get close. They have to win 3 matches in the Countdown Cup, which, essentially means you either go all the way through the lower bracket or what. I think you might actually have to win. Either case, it's going to be a long journey. There is a possibility. There is a way for the Charge to still make it into the play-ins. But to do that would honestly, I think you do have to win. No, I've confirmed it. They have to win the Countdown Cup. So if there's a will, there's a way, and this is one of those Doctor Strange 1 in 14 million scenarios, but it is possible.
It is, and again, we talk about how the stats typically don't lie. Guangzhou Charge have never dropped Volsky Industries to the Hangzhou Spark in their history as organizations. So, let's see how they fare here. 3-0 so far as the map record. Architect going to be coming back out with the Tracer. Shy here on this Hangzhou. Eileen not looking to match that 1-for-1. Is yet again going to be on the McCree, which did get some significant work done for them. But Shy finds the opening pick. Off to a significantly hotter start this time around. Even though the webcam is frozen, it looks like he's taking a nap. But that's just how good he is, guys. Eyes closed, doesn't give a damn. He's still popping hits.
He looks like he's asleep and he's just destroying. He still looks like he's asleep and he's destroying everyone on the inside. Eileen's just taking pot shots from a distance. Managed to get a little bit of room done here as well. It's Eileen gone now. I can't get over that picture.
I can't believe it. He's just trusting in the force. He's taking the visor off. Just in onto the point. Rio goes down, and that is just them shattering the defenses of the Guangzhou Charge here on point A. And this is going to be a massive time bank now to try and shoot through.
It's simply far too powerful. That's why he's not the MVP list. I mean, he just won it. You got to give other people a chance. He's still asleep right now. He's literally playing eyes closed. They got a pretty decent time over on towards A. I mean, Shy's so far up. A hasn't even been capped yet, and Shy's already on B trying to get a frag.
Yeah, he's trying to get a frag. He's trying to get that Dragon Strike online. I mean, at this point, he could probably just lap Bernard and get a second Dragon Strike by the time Bernard gets the Graviton Surge ready. Eileen, just scouting, spots him through the window, says, yep, everybody play around these sight lines. He gets a nice hit in, though. Kariv,
it's good slam.
There's some pressure. Immortality Field's going to be used, and now Architect, he sees that. He's on the hunt, pushes in, throws it down straight on the floor. Won't find any eliminations, though, but he's still playing up close and personal with Kariv, and here is Shy, still just snoozing away, still just pumping with the damage. Storm arrows come in. Kariv knocked down, will fall. Eileen, let's get that crossfire coming in as he makes his way into the back line of the teams. Gets a couple nice head taps there onto Gushue, sets up for the rest of the team to pile in and get the elimination, and that'll be the end of this initial attack.
The only issue here is that Shy did burn Dragon Strike. They didn't really wait for Burnout to find a grab yet, so will be some time before they can really get this combo together for a 2CP map on B to really finish Assault Kit and to get a time bank. I think you do need to overwhelmingly take over in this attack, have more ultimates, have more advantages generally speaking, and have these kind of one and done combos like a Grab Dragon.
Alright, Kushway just pile driving into the back. Hold is however going to be picked off. Eileen with some nice headshots yet again. Finds that elimination. Is in a bit of a rough spot, though, and nobody can come into peel, so Gushue will just get that takedown. Eliminating the enemy McCree, but significantly faster runbacks, and Bernard just gets leapt on by Choi Se-won. As he comes up with 3 eliminations. Very nicely done from him, making a 4th as Architect will fall on the back end. And, well, it's a decent start here for the side of the Charge with this defense, but it's still 4 more minutes to go.
I will say, despite not having the Dragon, they can get the Pulse Bomb here, so either one of Architect or Shy can combo with the Graviton Surge of Burnout here. Again, assuming that Krong just doesn't eat it away, but there's so many ultimates on the side of the Guangzhou Charge that they have the staying power. They would have to make some big mistakes here to kind of lose this point. They haven't given away a tick. There's been a reasonable amount of time available for the time bank on Spark to get the speed point, but it's going to take them even longer here. They need to bleed way more ultimates out of the Charge first.
Once we see some crazy picks, that's going to be a halt and looking for that self-destruct. Good little bubble absorb there. We'll keep Bernard safe and get him some energy, and Architect manages to get on top of Rio. Krong just not arriving fast enough. Rally's going to roll to try to keep everybody else alive. Sun comes in. Immortality comes around the corner, very nicely plays, so they don't manage to find the kills. That being said, the Pulse Bomb comes in finally on the back end. That's going to interrupt the rest of the rally from Mandu. And Shy manages to find Kariv with the Dragon Strike crashing in. They're now onto the point and breaking them off. This is going to prove to be a very difficult situation. Rio does not swap over to the Wrecking Ball, which I'm sure he wished that he did in this moment. He comes back in, dies, and it seems like this very well is just going to be the closeout here with a very healthy time bank still. Hangzhou Spark and will cap B with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
That's impressive. Hangzhou Spark looks like they might not have had all the ultimates there, but everything still ends up connecting. Maybe out of order, they grab in first, forcing Immortality Field. It's a massive grab, by the way. Catches pretty much the entirety of the charge. Once the Immortality Field is gone, the Pulse Bomb still manages to get a kill. Shy still has a Dragon Strike in time, still does get a kill on that as well, and Spark just slowly but surely find the frags required, and Charge don't get the trades, they don't get the counter picks. If they had any number of consistent counter picks in there, and this goes to more like a 4v4, some sort of 3v4, 3v3 situation, Charge can grind out the defender's spawn advantage, and Charge can keep holding. Maybe they have to give up a tick, maybe they give up 2 ticks. But here, Spark find one singular map winning, potentially, or at least here, fight